Hello there, Virgo and Virgo Rising. Welcome to your November 2016 reading. I hope that you're doing well, and I'm really looking forward to looking at all the information that you need to see that's going to help you be successful this month. For those of you that are brand new, I just want to say hello, and I'll give you a quick overview on how I do this each month. I look at general information, then I expand it out to look at health, wealth, love, and destiny, but I always begin with channeled information. And while I was meditating and shuffling and thinking about the deck that I wanted to use, obviously for your sign, this word came to me. And what I'm really getting with peace for you is obviously to avoid conflict. And in particular, this would not be a great month for you to go and do any sort of lawsuit or any confrontation in your life where you decide, all right, I want to get a divorce, or I need to confront you about this issue, or you need to deal with this, or listen to me. This is a month when you want to do more things that are sort of proactive on getting your own life in order. And maybe you're going to have to do some of that, but if you do it, you have to do it in the most peaceful way. Think of some of our great leaders in the past, maybe like Martin Luther King or Gandhi, who found non-violent and peaceful ways to effect change. So if you have to effect change, always take sort of the most peaceful route this month. I think it's going to help you out. Let's go ahead and shuffle the deck, and then I'll pull your Catalyst card after I lay down the Celtic Cross. Okay, we've got a volunteer there for the center. And we'll go ahead and take a look at your catalyst this month. And for those, again, that are new, the catalyst really is about how to achieve peace. It's going to be that connection, that spark plug, basically, that's going to make everything work. So you can't do it alone, is what it's showing me. The union card was reversed, and union is about bringing two disparate directions, two disparate ideas together into one, or taking two people on the opposite side of the spectrum and kind of bringing them together. So basically, another way to put this is the way to peace this month is through compromise. It's also through finding common ground. So instead of thinking my way or nothing, this is saying, what are you looking for? What am I looking for? And if you think of an old Venn diagram where there's basically a center part where you have similarities, that's where you want to focus, is on what you agree on, and then start to define how far each of you can go out in that Venn diagram, okay? So I think it's very achievable this month, the peace. And I sort of got that vision of a Venn diagram. So you should be able to find one or two things that are a common thread. One thing, by the way, if you've ever sort of studied public debate or taken a rhetoric class in high school, the way you always start with an argument is to concede to the opposition. So you would want to say, if you have to resolve conflict, because let's face it, sometimes we just have to deal with stuff even if the cards say something else or the stars say something else, because life is messy that way. So if you have to deal with a court case, or you have to approach a boss or a coworker and basically do some sort of conflict resolution, you always want to start with letting them know that you understand where they're coming from. So you would say, I know that you've been asking me about this lately, and I can see that you're frustrated. I actually understand why you're frustrated too, or I think I do. I'd love to hear a little bit more from you. Listen to them. And then after they have a chance to talk, say, I have some ideas, and I would love to get your opinion on them, and maybe we can work together on this. That's a way that you can resolve conflict, which shows, hey, I care about you. I need to solve this, but I think we can do it together. And it's so much easier than saying, listen, we need to change this, and this is what we're doing. And we have a lot of, unfortunately, political figures right now, and we're on a world level too, that tend to just push out their ideas without listening, without empathizing. You always want to empathize. You always want to echo back what the other person is feeling. And then after that, you're going to be so much more effective at your conflict resolution. So again, I'll look at all the cards, but that download came to me and I needed to get it out for some of you this month. All right, so now what we're looking at in the cards here, your center card is the Archer. And what this is saying for you is to really take control of the situation. With the reversal of this card, and it's the Chariot in a normal deck, it's about knowing what you need and basically tuning out other unnecessary information. So again, if you think of archery, you basically look at what you need and you're not going to pay attention to the stuff around you. I like this actually better than a typical chariot because it's showing focus is going to be your main point this month. It was your center card. So think about how you can best focus on your long-term goals, your long-term aspirations and dreams, and make that be sort of like almost what would be on your bulletin board or your fridge every day that you see, and make that be your main thing. We have the King of Stones here crossing this, and in this deck, Stones is Pentacles, and so with the King of Pentacles, sorry, it's a Knight of Pentacles. With the Knight of Pentacles, Knights are usually on horses. Horses usually about action, and the action here is about your finances and resources. And so we've got a control card underneath this. Put it all together. I really want you to take control over your finances this month. There may be a little bit of fear, uncertainty, or just sort of like closing your eyes and ears to what's going on. It doesn't look bad to me. It seems like you need to revisit your spending patterns and your saving patterns this month. And if you do, you could find that you're actually so much better than you think you are, sort of like in the big picture. So not bad at all. Looking at contributing factors coming up into this month with the Eight of Cups in reverse, really what this is about is I see some of you wanting to possibly move out of old friendships, because this is a card of people from your past. I'm not sensing a deep love affinity when I saw this card. So what I think some of you might be trying to do is to let go of friends that you might have outgrown, relationships, or even jobs and situations. But there's an emotional impact or an emotional connection to these decisions. So basically what worked or always worked in the past may not be working anymore for you, and that's a-okay. You just have to sort of acknowledge it and think about how you want to let go of it. When I'm looking at sort of how you felt leading up into this month, really showing me what last month was about for you, we have the Hermit card here, which it's not a bad card. I actually love the Hermit. It usually means that you've been through a period of self-reflection, introspection, maybe pulling back a little bit, not socializing or not sharing what's on your mind as much, even if you are out in groups. That's okay. So I'm just acknowledging that existed. I would say that there's usually a finite amount of time that you want to stay in the Hermit. And for you, if you're still in that sort of reflective state, I think it would be good if you were out of it by the 9th of the month, particularly since that sort of is attached to the number 9. So basically the second week, it would be a really good time for you to start to get out of your shell a little bit, talk to people a little bit more, speak a little bit more. Don't keep it all inside. It could actually end up manifesting as stress in the body and in illness and stuff like that. I don't want that for you. What's really interesting, I'm going to pull the camera down for a second. We have the Eight of Stones in the past, and again, that was about old relationships, particularly friendships that you might have outgrown. And then if you redirect that energy up here, we have the Eight of Stones. So we go from the Eight of Vessels to the Eight of Stones. And what this means with Eight of Pentacles basically is it's a great time for you to, notice this handprint on the wall, it's a great time to sort of study, to dig in, to get your hands dirty. So if you've been a little bit more distant, maybe some of you that even have like a management position that really want to do more hands-on work, either I see skills development for you. It doesn't matter what level of expert or non-expert you consider yourself. If you're novice or expert, I don't care. It's a great time to take certification, a class, start enroll in college, community college, anything that you want that's going online school, something that's going to let you expand your skills. And the other thing that comes with the Eight of Pentacles that's important to consider is it doesn't always have to immediately translate into something that will make you money. It should be something that makes you feel more confident and more skilled. That's all. What this is going to lead to for you is possibly a new partnership, a new friend. By letting go of an old friend, a new friend could come in. Some of you, this also means like a deepening of relationships. So this is a friend that can become a lover. This is a lover that comes unexpectedly. And I like it because it seems like a very powerful union here, and I like that particularly in how this card is illustrated, both masculine and feminine are equal. So I'm not seeing a sense of like someone that's either too passive, too macho, too strong, too quiet. This looks like it's a good union. So if you let go of whoever in your past is sort of nagging you, bothering you, or not really supporting you, I see a much more positive union coming through for you. So the choice is yours, of course. It always is there. And I think if you decide to go down that path of opening up and letting go, you're going to allow something more beautiful to come in quicker. The other thing I want to mention, this doesn't always mean you're going to meet the love of your life. What this can mean in respects to work in particular, because I saw your central focus again was like money and material stuff. It shows me that you could meet a partner that could help at work. You could possibly, if you're looking for a new house, for instance, you could meet a great real estate agent that's going to help you. But someone is really going to get what your desire is. Notice that beautiful heart in between these two people. So it's about finding common ground and having someone that's going to help. The other thing is I think that you can ask for assistance this month if you feel like you need training. I look at that and I'm really seeing like helping hand. So for those of you that are feeling like I'm in over my head a little bit, I need some assistance, don't be afraid to ask. I feel like the universe is there and ready to help if you're willing to ask. As we look at what's kind of going on in your mind right now, we have this 9 of Wands. And 9 of Wands is always an interesting card. This one shows the power and the experience behind it and the need to sort of, for some of you, you can't wait to go to the next thing. There's an impatience that I get with this. So if you're looking to make a major change in your sort of work life, the second week of the month is looking better, and I saw that when I was looking at the Hermit as well. So I really see mid-month being very good for those changes, and I think many of you are very experienced and ready to sort of step up to new challenges and new responsibilities. With the 7 of Wands, what I like about this one versus the normal illustrations is I'm not getting a sense of needing to be defensive, and that's good because remember, peace is really what I would love for you to focus on. So what this says here is clearance, clearing, movement. I even see these as being sort of like what do you call them, oars on a boat. So if you could take everything that you've gotten so far and consider it momentum rather than baggage, I think you're going to be in a really good place. So that may mean like, okay, wait, I've been at this job for like 6 or 7 years, nothing's shifting. You take the initiative, you start to look around, and you may be surprised someone was looking for exactly that much experience, or your odd mixture of skills and maybe being at a job for a long time is going to look really good to someone. So just see this as cosmic timing in the divine hand and don't panic so much, okay? When I'm looking at your hopes and fears, gosh, it's a great month for you to come up with ideas. The Queen of Bows is Queen of Wands is all about strong ideas, sometimes being too headstrong, but in this respect, I don't think so. What I like about seeing this hair here that looked more like a jackrabbit when I first looked at it is I thought speed, nimble, and then also fertile. So this is a great time for you to, if you were going to kind of like come up with a new idea for your business, you could sit down and write like a proposal, a business plan. You could easily talk to other people and get them excited about your idea. What's important, and the reason that we see the hare on this card was, or the rabbit, was to basically say it's important within 1 month's time that you actually take some action on whatever your hopes and dreams are. This month, speed is very important for you. Final card is a beautiful card for you. It's the Green Woman, the Empress. And it's another, we've got a lot of cards showing fertility and growth. So with the rabbit here, fertility symbol, and then with all of the green on this card and also the cauldron, which for me is manifestation. This might as well be the High Empress because it looks just like that to me. So for this month, what I see for everyone, but particularly women, it's a strong month for women that are tuning into this channel, is the ability to manifest and to overcome fears and to hopefully sort of get where you want to be or closer to where you want to be. The only exception that I think is coming through for this month is there could be, for those of you that are trying to have a baby, I think that there could be a little bit of challenges this month. It's probably going to take a couple of months if you're trying to get pregnant. Occasionally I'll get indications of that. The Green Woman card was reversed, so that shows me some blockages, probably more emotional than anything. And so work through that. But with the Two of Cups, this is a pretty good card. And likewise with the Queen of Cups, I do see fertility winning out on this for many of you. So be persistent, be patient, but really move and clear the emotions. That's going to help more than anything. For those of you that are single, definitely a potential for love coming through this month. And what I'm getting is a very strong very strong fire sign possibly for you. And things will happen fast if you do meet this person. Particularly since I'm seeing the rabbit, it just seems like speed is happening both with thoughts and then in this case with relationships, for those of you that are single. For those of you that are in a relationship, the one thing I want you to try to do is to remember why you're there. Remember what's worth fighting for, because a 9 of Wands shows someone that's been through a lot with somebody. So try to see the bigger picture. Try not to let one situation pull you down, because for many of you, I think that the union is stronger than you might imagine. So give it time, give it patience, okay? We'll expand it out now and look at health first, and then we'll take a look at wealth, love, and destiny. So for health, you know what? That one actually came right out. So we've got the Divine Order card, which is saying that everything's happening for a reason. And it's also a card that shows a need to stay as balanced as possible right now, to stay as healthy as possible. But the Divine Order card is really saying, if you're unhealthy, if you're unhappy, take a look at how you got into the situation and maybe see it as a way to slow down or a way to take stock of your life. Sometimes we are injured for that exact reason. We may break a leg, arm, neck, whatever it is, so that we can slow down and think about things. Sometimes we get sick so that we can push things through our body, through, sneezing, through, various ways. I'm not going to go into it, but a lot of times when you have things like food poisoning, or, you're nauseous, or your eyes are watering a lot, it's actually, that could be your third eye area. This could be your throat needing to be, needing to speak your truth. Stomach can be about relationships. It can, all of these areas that get quote unquote upset, like an upset stomach, it's actually maybe about your third or fourth chakra that is unbalanced or imbalanced, and because of that, it's clearing. So see the Divine Order to it and realize maybe it's not bad luck, maybe it's the universe helping you clear things out, and you're gonna see how you feel sometimes without needing to maybe take in decongestion. So let everything, if you're having like a stuffy nose, stuffy head, allergy situation, see as far, go as far as you can without medication. Sometimes it feels good to just let it all be cleared, let the sinuses drain. I know it can't always happen, but if it can, you may feel, oh my gosh, I understand why that happened to me. When I look at wealth, and I've used this deck a lot, I don't think I've seen this card. This is saying, please take your own intuition over that of an advisor. So for many of you, what I can also read into this is it might be time to get like a new financial advisor, or to maybe not listen and copy what your friends and family are doing. So think of yourself here. Sometimes you know best. And I think it's probably not the best month to hire like a new, anyone that's handling like money. No accountant, CPA, or financial advisor. Stick with your own insights this month. They're going to lead you on a much better path. So now we're going to look at love and relationships. And for the love this month, we have Fertility, which was something that I mentioned earlier, which is saying basically, for those of you that are looking to really start a family, expand a family, there could be some challenges. It was reversed, but keep with it. I just see that I'm just echoing that this is, something that could be coming up for some of you. For those of you that are single, Fertility is a good card. It's showing wealth of options for you. And so basically, try not to feel isolated. Try not to be too picky. The key thing is to continue to allow yourself to be out in the sort of dating arena and not sort of feel defeated. I think there's a lot of opportunity for you. There's also a cautionary note. Whenever I get so many signs of fertility, if you don't want to start a family, be careful this month, because I see a lot of fertile signs coming through. So for those of you that have a physical relationship with someone, be careful, practice safe sex, and make sure that, again, if you're not ready for a family, maybe hold off on that too, okay? So I have to try and put things delicately, but I speak what comes through. So we looked at health, wealth, love, and now let's take a look at your destiny card. And for destiny, one thing that I like to remind everyone is that this is something you can very much change and move. It's not something that's set in stone. Let me reshuffle this deck. There's a lot of cards here, so I love it, but sometimes the card stock on these is way too much. All right, so this card volunteered. And so we have a Queen of Cups coming through for your Destiny card. And so what this is really saying here is this is your chance to go after what you want. For those of you that have been spending a lot of time taking care of others, possibly there's an elder relative or maybe a sibling that relies on you. There's a lot of you that give a lot of your heart to someone else, a lot of your time to other people. It's saying it's time for you to actually give to yourself as well. So don't be afraid to do that. And the one thing that I also want you to try to avoid this month, because I'm very much looking at the fact that she's holding like a wine bottle here. I don't want you to sort of like replace people in your life for other things. So some of you may, because you're feeling like things aren't working, you might go to other, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's food, maybe it's just keeping to yourself. This is a month when you really do want to try to connect with friends. They're going to be able to bring out the best in you and bring out the positive aspects. So another way of me putting this is to try to avoid overindulgence this month. And I think that's going to bring you to a happier place, because it's not going to actually solve the problem. It will help you feel better for a little bit, but really what it's about is experiencing more joy in your life. And so whatever you are looking for to make you happy, to make you feel connected, that's really what I'd love for you to find this month. All right, so now let's look at the overall spread and review everything. Your channeled information was peace. Try to avoid conflict this month. Try to think of historical examples like Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr. Or anybody that's sort of been able to approach things and find commonalities. We were talking about that Venn diagram earlier. As we're looking at the trends for this month, it's a great time for skill development and advancement. Good time to apply for school, for college, for whatever it is that you want to do. Again, a need to sort of come out of the shell here, because if you stay in the shell, then you could start to feel isolated. I think that it's occasionally good for you to sort of go introspective, but I really would like you to be more of an extrovert this month if you can. Friendships, if nothing else, are going to provide a really good source of fulfillment for you. I mentioned that ideas are really fertile this month. You should be able to bring that out and let other people listen to them and experience them. I see that the main thing for you is clearing out old things in your life, old relationships and any sort of sentimental attachments in your life that aren't working for you. For those of you that are kind of going through ups and downs in relationships, I see that you've been through a lot, many of you, so stick with it, and at least until the middle of the month, because with the peace being the sort of channeled message, I'd love for you to sort of give that an opportunity to really show itself, and then you can make your mind up on what you want. Your health, things may be happening for a reason, so there may be a clearance in your body through tears, mucus, something else, basically helping you clear out energy. Of course, if you need to go to a doctor, go to a doctor, but if it's just something minor like a cold, let it run its course and you may feel better afterwards. Trust your own intuition this month when it comes to money. I really wouldn't talk to other people and ask for a lot of advice. I think this month you're pretty spot on with your own intuition. For those of you trying to start a family this month, I see a lot of cards showing that it could be a little challenging. For those of you trying to date, you may either have too many or too few options, but the key is to just keep getting out there, because the fertility card overall means you have to just keep trying, and that's the key, not to get disappointed. Another note saying that if you're not trying to start a family, the same holds true. Unexpected or unwanted circumstances could happen, so just be careful when it comes to that. Finally, I want you to start to focus on bringing some joy into your life. Joy possibly through taking like a pottery class, an art class, a dancing class, intuitive development, Bible study. I don't care, whatever makes you happy. It has to be something for you that is really going to bring up thoughts of fulfillment, of happiness, whatever. So it doesn't matter. All of those things are really disparate, by the way, and very out there and not at all related. So just find something you like, and if people don't understand it, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, I just want to reiterate that the center cards were showing me that staying focused, particularly on your work and financial goals are going to be very, very beneficial, and ultimately, even though it's reversed, I see you being able to manifest those if you stick with it. Okay? So that's all of the information that came through for you this month. If you'd ever like more insight, more information, or guidance, I do offer one-on-one sessions. I'll put a link in the corner and you can check my rates and availability there. In addition, the best way to sort of keep in touch, and I always get questions, what are the new videos being posted, or waiting for December? The best way to sort of know when it's happening is to subscribe to the channel, and I also have a newsletter, and that's I will post that the minute I hit post on YouTube. I also publish my newsletter, so you'll be among the first to know when something new is published, and then you don't have to ask or keep checking, because I know that can be a little bit it can cause some stress for some of you. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you. Every month, you guys are really, really positive and supportive, and it means a lot because I put a lot into these videos. Sometimes I'll even do them 2 or 3 times because midway through I'm like, I don't like this, or they need more of this, and so I put a lot of energy and effort into these, and it really means a lot when you guys are supportive. So the likes, the subscribes, and the positive comments mean a lot to me. Finally, if you would like to support me as well, I'll put a donate button or link, and you can look at the info tab for all of these links. If you're on a mobile device, there's an I, or I'll put the actual links in the video if you're looking on a PC. So anyway, that sums up all of the reading and all of the normal sort of chatter for this month. I hope you all have a great November, and I'll see you again next month. Take care of yourselves. Satnam and bye-bye.